Hey YouTube, Sean Forney here, on the way back, New Year's Eve. I made a trek to New Jersey. It is about 4 hours and 15 minutes from my house to pick up another amazing USDM car, one that I have admired pretty much my whole life, but back in the day, you know, you could only afford the regular version, you couldn't afford the nice one. So just a quick little video, talk about the car a little bit, and we will go from there. So stay tuned, I'll review the car soon. So that is all you're going to be able to see of the car for now until I get it unloaded off the trailer, and then I'll do another video. But I'm sure most of you gearheads will be able to identify this car just by the color and the little bit of the headlights you can see. So those of you gearheads that were able to identify that car, I'm sure you guessed it, it is a Integra Type R in yellow, Phoenix yellow. So again, like any of my cars, I am a research freak. I will spend months, if not years, looking for the right car, looking for a clean specimen, low mileage, unmodified, preferably, with the exception of my Supra and the FD. Really, the FD is a mutt. But the Supra has, again, like just the right modification. Same thing with this Integra Type R. So it's a 2001, the last year they made them. Integra Type R, Phoenix yellow, 44,000 original miles. The only modification on the car is a spoon exhaust, so it is a period correct modification. Still has a factory airbox, stock header, it's just a catback spoon exhaust, so I was okay with that. The car has a couple little dings which my PDR guy will be able to take care of. I have to have him up to get a little ding out of the roof of the Supra also, so he'll have to come up. But the car is stupid mint. It's kind of been sitting in a garage. Before that, it sat in somebody's yard. For the last time it was registered to be driven on the road was 2017. So it's not necessarily a barn find per se, but it's a field find. The guy that I bought it off of picked it up, rescued it from the field while it was still in pretty decent shape. A couple weather strips are bad. Sorry, I'm on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, so it's a little bouncy. But overall, the car is pretty immaculate. The paint's still sharp, the headlights are good, taillights are good, just a couple little weather strips here or there. It does have a Mugen steering wheel with the NRG quick release, but I do have the factory steering wheel with it. Really, the only thing that can't be turned, well, it can't be turned back to stock, that I probably won't turn back to stock, is the exhaust, and it has a double din head unit. So again, those of you guys that are fans of USDM cars know that we're talking about the Supras, we're talking about RX-7, Acura Integra Type R, EM1, Civic SIs, 300ZX, 3000 GT VR4s, Eclipse, GSX, GSTs, like all of those cars, NSX, Honda S2000, like all of those cars are finally getting the appreciation they deserve. So I'm 35 years old, so like, you know, if you're my age, you grew up playing Gran Turismo and you got to select your first car and it was probably like a Gran Torino or something along those lines. Then you finally slowly got to upgrade, then eventually you got a Type R, then you would get Skyline or whatever the case is, or RX-7. Now those cars, thanks in part to what I believe is, well, people my age are finally in a position now where financially they can afford these phenomenal cars. And then also, thanks, you got to give credit where credit's due, to Bring a Trailer. Bring a Trailer has kind of created this marketplace, if you will, for people to sell these rare cars. So it's funny, the guy that I bought this off of said he had a Bring a Trailer garage. He had a Turbo S911, 23,000 mile 94 Silverstone metallic FD RX-7. He had this. He had one of 28 blue GMC Typhoon. Thing was money. And that's kind of what I'm creating. I'm creating that bring a trailer garage, if you will, of low mileage USDM stuff, or US cars like a Typhoon or a Cyclone if I can find one, or a Grand National. But, you know, giving the credit to Bring a Trailer, it's kind of created this marketplace for gearheads like myself and like you, if you're watching this video, to find these things. And luckily this was not a Bring a Trailer find, because I believe it'd probably be a $60,000 car on Bring a Trailer. I did not pay that for it. I'm not going to tell you what I paid for it, but I got a good deal on it. And the car, again, hasn't even been registered since it's still in the guy's name it hasn't been inspected, rather, since 2017. So it's only had 10 miles driven on it since 2017, to the gas station to put some gas in it, and then back to the garage, and then up on my trailer. And then I'm going to register it, and I'll probably put a couple hundred miles a year on it just to keep the juices flowing, if you will, keep the battery charged up on a battery tender, and then just, you know, weekend cruise with it. So, but stay tuned. I will give you a thorough look over of the 2001 Integra Type R once I get it home, once I get it unloaded. So it'll probably be tomorrow or the next day, but I'm super ecstatic. I grew up, I've had 3 Integra GSRs because I couldn't afford the Type Rs back then, but I'm a huge fan of the headlights, you know, how they have them in the body. They're one of the early USDM cars, or Japanese market cars, that had the projector lenses on them. So they were just cool. I mean, they were just cool. And then you add the Type R, you get that nice spoiler, the nice suede interior, and the mock carbon fiber finishes. So stay tuned. I'll do a thorough review, and if you haven't already, make sure you like my channel, subscribe my channel. I got a bunch of farm videos, gearhead vehicles, do a little bit of everything. So thanks again, stay tuned. We'll be back on soon.